The last light in Ember Valley, in a quiet valley, surrounded by whispering pines and sleeping mountains, there lay a small town called Ember Valley. It was a forgotten place, where lanterns still lit the streets and letters still came by post. The people were kind, the days simple, and the seasons passed like pages in an old book. But for the past year, Ember Valley had been clouded by darkness. The sun hadn't shone once, not because of weather, but because something had taken the light. The sky remained dim, painted in shades of gray. Crops struggled, smiles faded, and many left the town, believing it was cursed. But among those who remained was a 12-year-old girl named Elsie Bright. Elsie had a secret. She kept a tiny lantern in her attic. It had been passed down through her family for generations and was said to carry a single spark from the first flame, the light that had once ignited the sun itself. Every night, Elsie would sit beside the lantern and speak to it, hoping it would answer. She didn't know how to use it, but she believed it could save Ember Valley. One evening, her grandmother sat beside her and whispered, "Light answers only those who listen with more than ears." Elsie didn't understand, but she nodded, and from then on, she listened with her heart. Days grew colder. One by one, her friends moved away. The valley became quieter, lonelier. Yet Elsie stayed, visiting every home, bringing small pieces of firewood, reading old stories, sometimes just sitting in silence with those who needed company. The people of Ember Valley called her Little Light, for even though the sun was gone, her presence gave warmth. One night, a powerful storm rolled into the valley. Thunder cracked like broken mountains, and wind howled through empty homes. The power flickered, then failed entirely. And then silence. Elsie ran to the attic. The lantern was glowing, not flickering, not fading, but glowing a strong, steady light. For the first time, it was bright enough to light the entire attic. She held it in her hands, warmth rushing into her fingers. She didn't hesitate. Wrapping herself in a coat, she rushed outside. She walked through the town, holding the lantern high. People peeked through their windows, and when they saw the glow, they followed it. One by one, doors opened. Feet touched the muddy earth. Eyes blinked against the light. No one said a word. They gathered in the town square, the lantern casting its glow on every face. Old men who hadn't spoken in months smiled. Children laughed, their breath making little clouds in the cold air. And just as the clock struck midnight, the lantern pulsed once, then released a beam of golden light into the sky. The clouds trembled. The gray broke apart like shattered glass. And for the first time in over a year, the sun returned. It didn't rise all at once. It crept slowly, like a hesitant guest. But its warmth touched every rooftop, every window, every soul. The townspeople cried. They held hands. And at the center of it all stood Elsie. The lantern dim now, its purpose fulfilled. Years passed. Ember Valley became a story people told, a place where darkness was conquered not by might, but by one girl's courage to keep believing in the lantern. It sits in a museum now, but its flame never returned, because the real light was never inside the lantern. It was always in Elsie.